So it is the final day of the Commonwealth Games 2022 in Birmingham. All eyes will be on badminton and table tennis with medals assured. Gold or silver is definitely assured, but whether it will be gold, it remains to be seen. However, the last event of the day features India versus Australia in the men's hockey final. Now, this is a very important clash for the morale of India men's hockey because they have had the wood against the other opponents, be it in the Commonwealth. In the FIH Pro League, they have struggled against the likes of Belgium and the Netherlands, but they have managed to get them close. However, when it comes to Australia, the India men's hockey team, either they are totally blown away by the brilliance of Australia or they develop cold feet. Perhaps it's the first factor. India and Australia, the rivalry is intense. It has had a storied history, but it is Australia who have dominated in all aspects of the game when it comes to India and hockey. So, Australia and India, the head to head record is 86-20 in favor of Australia. The last time when India and Australia faced in a hockey match was, you can say, hockey's version of the Miniarazo or the Maracanazo, whichever way you want to look at it. India were absolutely bulldozed 7-1 by Australia. And if you have to go back to the Commonwealth Games, their record is even more woeful. Looking at the history of hockey in the Commonwealth Games, it was introduced in the sport. The sport was introduced to the Commonwealth Games only in 1998. Who has been the gold medal winners? You guessed it right, it was Australia. Australia have always won the gold medal in the Commonwealth Games right from 1998. And when it comes to India, the story is nothing short of horrific. In 2010, when Australia and India faced the final in the Commonwealth Games in Delhi, Australia hammered India 8-0. 4 years later, India and Australia came face to face in the final yet again. The result was the same, but the scoreline was half of that, 4-0. Australia's TASP policy when it comes to playing India always has gone against them. What I mean by TASP: technical superiority, agility, skill, precision. Add to that man to man marking. It is simply a magnificent display that the Australian men's cricket team, you see in all that. But the hockey team, the Kookaburras, are simply magnificent. Gautam Shivam, what time does the match start? The match will start at 5 p.m. IST, folks. That is the last event when it comes to the Commonwealth Games 2022 in Birmingham. So, Australia, the Kookaburras, have always held the edge against India, 86-20. And the horror story is that in the last decade or so, 42 matches, India have won only 7 against Australia. Be it in the FIH Pro League, be it in the Champions Trophy, be it Aslan Shah, Australia have always dominated. It's a sad fact, but if India win the Commonwealth Games gold today, it will be a remarkable achievement in the history of Indian hockey. Because remember, what is the one box that we need to tick when it comes to winning gold in major tournaments? You won Olympics gold, you won it till 1980, you also secured Asiad success, you've also won the World Cup once in 1975, you've also secured success in the Champions Trophy. What is the one thing that is missing in the India men's hockey team? It's the Commonwealth Games. So that is one box that remains to be ticked. Somehow, in a very weird twist of fate, India do find themselves as maybe one of the favorites heading into the final. Why? In the FIH Pro League, India put up a great fight against the likes of Belgium and Netherlands, opponents that they have traditionally struggled against in the past. Even in the Olympics, India were hammered 5-2 by Belgium, but in the FIH Pro League, they simply stretched Belgium to the limit. Australia, on the other hand, did not participate in this cycle of the FIH Pro League primarily because of the coronavirus situation. So India and Australia did not square off at all in this cycle of the FIH Pro League. So perhaps India have a slight edge because knowing full well that they have registered dominant wins in the league games and also they managed to get the better of South Africa 3-2. Perhaps that gives them a slight edge heading into this contest. But odds on favorite, honest, brutal assessment, it is Australia who are the favorites. The baggage of history against India is too huge. 20 matches in the space of 77 years does not give a very good picture. Remember, India started brilliantly against Australia in 1935, defeated them 12-1. That was the start, because at that time, who was there? The wizard known as Dhyan Chand. 12-1 at the start, but ever since then, it has been a very, very sorry state for India when it comes to hockey against Australia. Gautam Shah, yes, Mandeep, Harman have to be on top form today. Not just Mandeep and Harmanpreet, even the likes of Amit Rohidas also will have to be really, really strong. And PR Srijesh, he'll have to be at his A game, what he was against Germany in that Olympics playoff. So this match is at 5 p.m. IST, and that is the last event in the Commonwealth Games. So people joining us now, this event is at 5 p.m. IST. India versus Australia. Past Commonwealth Games, India have lost in both Delhi and in the 2014 Games in Glasgow. All editions that have been held in hockey so far have been won by Australia. Gold medals ever since 1998. The last encounter between India and Australia, 1-7. India were absolutely hammered, and every chink in their armor was exposed in that Olympics match in Tokyo. How many goals for India till now? There have been a total of 18 gold medals, 55 medals overall. And today, you could get 3 or 4 medals gold. I'm saying maybe badminton can be a clean sweep, 3 gold medals there. Maybe table tennis can give you 1. But hockey, if they do it, it will be one of the best achievements that we have had in the Commonwealth Games. Technically, we can finish 4th. We are fighting it out with New Zealand. Australia, England, and Canada have all but sealed the top 3 spot. We can technically finish 4th in this edition of the Commonwealth Games. But if you have to look at the broader picture, minus shooting, the haul has still been pretty decent. So I will say this is India's best edition so far, minus shooting. But yes, if we had shooting, then we could have probably had 70 to 75 medals. So that is one of the things that is there. So India versus Australia hockey, the men's final, 5 p.m. IST. Can India end the hoodoo? Can India win gold? Odds are heavily stacked against them. But if they win, it will be a great chapter in Indian hockey history. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We will be back with all the updates regarding the Commonwealth Games. Remember, final day today, action-packed until the evening. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to download the SportsTalk app and also check out the SportsTalk website for all the latest news regarding the Commonwealth. Bye-bye.